Newest members of the UAPD aren't your typical officers. UATV's Ashley Shelton sat down with a member of the force for more.
I'm here with Lieutenant Matthew Mills, Police Services Commander for the University of Arkansas Police Department. Thank you so much for joining us today.
It's a pleasure, thank you.
Unfortunately, the K-9 officers, Orno and Docs, couldn't be with us today, correct? They have the day off?
They've got the day off today.
Okay, so what exactly do they do here on campus?
Well, both of these dogs are explosive ordnance detection certified dogs, which means that their main focus is components of explosives. In addition to that, they're also trained in handler protection as well as article searches and tracking.
How have they already served us on campus? What have they already done to protect us?
We brought them online during the Walmart shareholders meeting the first week of June. So they did the proactive protective sweeps of the venue sites, Bud Walton Arena, the tennis and track building, that Walmart was going to be using during that time. Since that time, normal day, they're on patrol with their handlers. So they answer normal routine calls. And then we use them also for football, specifically in basketball, large scale events. We're going to have a lot of people in a specific venue. They will go in 12, 13, 14 hours prior to the event, if not sooner, and sweep and just make sure that there's nothing in there that we don't want in there.
And that's a very big job. How many hours a day do they work and how many days a week?
They work 8 hours a day with their handlers. They work 4 days a week. The 5th day is their training day. They're always going through training, whether it be on shift or on their training day. We make sure that we get them as much training as possible to keep them very accurate and alert.
What senses are they using when looking at Bud Walton Arena and places like that? What senses do they use?
Really, the only sense they're using is their nose. Okay. They're not going to see an object before they smell it.
Yeah.
They've got such a good olfactory system that they can smell 100 to 200 times greater than what humans can smell. So when they alert on an object, they will sit down and look in the general direction of where the alert was and let the handler know that they found something.
What training is involved with these dogs? I know y'all trained them, but were they trained somewhere else before they came to the UAPD?
Both dogs came from Eastern Europe, and before our handlers trained with them, they trained at the kennel for about 3.5 to 4 weeks. Our handlers went down and trained an additional 2 weeks with them, 10 hours a day for 2 weeks to get comfortable working with each other. And as I said, they train every week, at least 4 to 6 hours a week, if not more on shift. And then they're required annually to recertify on all of the scents, tracking, the handler protection, and the article searches.
And what are they doing when they have their time off? I know they have today off, so what will they be doing?
Normally they're at home with their handlers. They live with them 24/7, so their families and the handlers, our officers, take care of them. They live with them in their house or in their backyard. They take them basically wherever they go.
That becomes a very big part of their life. Wow.
Oh, it's a huge part of their life.
What's a typical day for them, like a day on the job?
Again, they're with their handler, so they're in their vehicle. When the handler goes to a call, the dog comes with them. Whether it's for a report of a suspicious package or if it's just a theft report or a motorist assist call, the dog is always with them, whether it's in the car or by their side.
When we see Orno and Docs walking around or on campus, what are some good protective measures? We don't want to run up to them and pet them, do we?
Right. No, the first thing you always want to do is ask the handler permission to pet the dog. These dogs are very socialized, they're very approachable, but you don't want to surprise them. So you need to make sure that you talk to the handler. One of the things that we're really moving toward here toward the middle of the semester and even toward the end, we're going to do a lot of educational programs where we do demonstrations of what the dogs are capable of and get the campus community more aware that the dogs are approachable, that the dogs are not something that you have to stay in a 10-foot radius away from. But we just have to let people know they need to get with the handler first and let them know, hey, I'd like to pet your dog, is it okay? We'd ask that they never attempt to even ask the handler or try to pet the dog while the dog is actually searching.
Well, we are very lucky to have Orno and Docs on our campus now. Thank you so much, Lieutenant Mills, for joining us today.
Thank you.
Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Ashley. The Walton College and the Arkansas Business Hall of Fame has announced its 2010 class for induction. The inductees include former Razorback football players Jerry Jones and Jim Lindsay, as well as local businessmen Bill Clark and Tommy May. The men will be honored for their accomplishments in a ceremony to be held in February. Dean of the Walton College, Dan Worrell, says they're excited about this being their 12th year for the Hall of Fame. The 4 men were selected after a nomination process from citizens throughout the state and then chosen by a community of 12 business and community leaders. For a list of previous inductees or ticket information to the event, go to the Walton College website and search Arkansas Business Hall of Fame.
The William H. Sutton Barristers Union Trial Competition is underway. The annual competition, named after retired civil law attorney William H. Sutton, offers law school students the chance to gain practical experience in a courtroom setting. It is being held at the Leafler Law Center in various rooms through October 9th. For more information, visit the School of Law website.
The Mullins Library is showcasing an oil painting exhibit. The artist, John Bell Jr., is a graduate of the University of Arkansas, working mainly as a portrait artist. The paintings are based on modern-day views of the beauty Arkansas has to offer. Student Anita Cole says, and I quote, "It's nice having art in the library, and these are some of the most peaceful paintings I've ever seen." Visit the lobby in Mullins Library to take a look at Bell's paintings for yourself.
The Razorbacks football team has a disappointing weekend in Tuscaloosa, while Golf Hogs have a chance to win the SEC championship. UATV's Kristen Keith has more when we come back.
You're watching Arkansas on Campus. Stay tuned. Okay, like this.
Entertainment, fashion, and Hollywood gossip. Tuesdays at 7 on UATV.
Razorback Transit. Come on and take a free ride.
Wednesdays at 7 on UATV.
The Sports Advantage, Thursday at 9 on UATV.